April Plank. Today we're going through a chair workout using a mini ball. Now I also have the box set up on the non-pedal side of the chair. If you don't have the Pilates box, you just need something to prop your feet up on. I have my mat on the chair side with the pedal. And my pedal, I'm going to start with a split pedal. So I've gone ahead and separated my pedals. If you don't have that capability, I'll give you options on how to work if you have the single pedal. I'm also going to be working on a 2-2. Now I know every chair is a little bit different, but a 2-2 would be on the lighter side, something that you might be working with your arms on. So if you get into any exercise today and it just doesn't seem right, then you might need to make an adjustment based on your manufacturer of your chair that you're working with. So again, on my chair, a 2 and a 2 for my springs. Grab your ball and let's get ready to go. We're going to lay all the way down onto your mat and bring those heels right on top of that pedal. Make sure that you take that ball, put it right between your knees and reach the arms nice and long down to your sides. Just take a second here to kind of settle into the mat. I'm going to draw my shoulders down my back, reach energy through the crown of my head, dropping my chin just slightly down. Give that ball a big squeeze. Find your nice neutral pelvis. Starting with some bridging, I want you to tuck your tailbone slightly underneath you, come into what's called an imprint where your low back is just gently pressing against the mat, and start to roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, coming right up onto the shoulders but not onto the neck. Keep that nice little hug of your ball as you slowly roll yourself right back down towards the mat through imprint and back to neutral. Let's do that again. Pedal isn't moving here. We're just rolling our spine up one vertebrae at a time. And then we're rolling our spine right back down, setting it one vertebrae at a time right back onto the mat. Using the breath that feels comfortable and good for you, I'm exhaling to roll my spine up. I'm taking a big inhale at the top, and then I'm exhaling again to roll my spine down. But remember, the breath is just a tool. If you need to do a different breath, please feel free to do that. I'm rolling up as I exhale, taking an inhale at the top, and then slowly rolling back down. We're going to start to spice things up a little bit. Next time you're up there at the top, I want you to stay there. So roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Come to the top and hold. Just start to a little pulse into the ball, just little tiny presses, 1 inch in, 1 inch out, starting to warm up and wake up those inner thighs. Good. Keep lifting those hips as high as comfortable and pushing firmly down through those arms, staying grounded through the arms. 4, 3, 2. Now hold that ball tight. Take your hips down an inch, squeeze them up an inch. Down an inch, squeeze them up an inch. Little pulses down and up, and little pulses down and up. For 3, and 2, and 1 more. Good. Roll the hips all the way down. Now, if you have the dual pedal, you can keep the ball between your knees. If you have the split pedal, take the ball between your hands. I'm going to slide my foot down towards the middle of my foot for a second round of bridges. Roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time. For this set of bridges, we're going to hold. If you have the dual pedal, both feet will drop down an inch and up an inch. If you have the pedal that separates, you're going to be bringing one heel down and then the other heel down. So you're just dropping one leg down and then you're pulling the other leg down. Again, if you do not have the capability of the pedal being split, your legs are moving together down and up. So I'm either doing an alternating press, one leg down and up, or I'm doing single, and this seems like this is enough. So let's do one more right and one more left, and then release it all the way back down. Good. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, roll your spine back up one vertebrae at a time and hold. Keep your left foot on the pedal, reach your right leg up to tabletop, and then go ahead and switch. So now I'm just lifting one leg up and off the pedal, holding the pedal nice and still with the other leg. Good. Just alternating those little knee lifts. One leg up and then the other leg up. Good. We'll go 4 more times here. Here's 4, and 3 and 2 and 1. Roll your spine slowly back down. If that ball is between your hands, pop it back between your knees. Take your arms out to a little goalpost. We're going to let our knees go from one side to the other side. That is a lot of work on the posterior chain, the whole back of the body. So let's just give our body a little chance to recover before we move on to the next set of bridges. Not too many more bridges to go. Just going to keep warming up that whole back side here. Let's go just a few more of these rocks from one side to the next, right and left. And then I want you to come right back into the center. Now, either if you have the dual pedal or single pedal, hold the ball between your hands for everyone. Have your feet on the pedal and start to roll your hips up. This time the right leg's going to come to tabletop, and then we're going to send it up to the ceiling. I want you to drop your hips down towards the floor, lift them up and hold. Kick the right leg towards the chair, bring it back up and repeat. You're going down with your hips and up with your hips. The leg will kick down and back up. Down with your hips and up with your hips. Kick down and up. We're going to do 5. I think 5 is going to be plenty for sure. Down and up. 1 more. Lower and lift. Kick it down and up. Set that right leg down. Your hips down between sides. Here we go. Second side. 1 vertebrae at a time. I want you to roll your spine up. Bring that left leg to tabletop and send it straight up to the ceiling. Same pattern, lowering the hips down. Lift the hips up. Kick the leg long towards the chair and back up. Lower straight down. Lift right back up. Lower that leg down towards the chair and back up. We have 3 more to go. Make sure you're using that nice strong breath. Good, last one here. Nice work. Now let's set that foot down and roll your spine down. Put that ball back between your knees, arms to a goalpost, and just little rock side to side, giving that back a little rest. I don't know about you, my hamstrings and my glutes are definitely warmed up and ready to go. Good, just a few more side to side, and then we're going to move into our next body position. Come back into the center, just give your knees a nice big hug, and you can just roll yourself all the way up to seated. That ball is now going to go behind your small back, and I'm going to have my knees nice and bent with my feet completely together, or if you want it a little easier, feet can be a little apart. Take your arms towards the chair, big inhale here, and then start to roll yourself back over that ball and roll yourself right back up. Just a little roll back and knit your ribs, pull your abs in to come right back up. Let's get into abdominals, shouldn't we? We did our glutes, our hamstrings. Let's get our abs into the party here. We're going to be going back and then right back up. We'll start adding the chair in just a moment. Lowering and back up. Last 2 here. And 1 more here. Good. Now I want you to take that right leg to the pedal. Doesn't matter if you have split or dual pedal. We're going to have that right leg to the pedal. This time when you go down, your right arm's going to go long. You're going to reach over the right and pull it right back up. And reach towards the right and come right back up. Good. We're going over and lifting back up. Just getting our obliques to work a little bit here. Now, not too much pushing down into the pedal. The pedal's not really moving. We're just using that pedal for a little bit of support. 2 more to go on this side. And last one here. Now let's go ahead and switch sides. Take the right foot down, bring the left foot up to the pedal. And the left arm this time will go open to the side and sweep right back up to the center. Open to the side and sweep right back up. Good. Think of leaning back, reaching the arm right in line with the ear. Nice long length, and then pulling it back up. 2 more on this side. And last one here. Good. And then let's just set both of those feet down and come up. Bring the feet about the width of your mat, and you can just have the ball right between the inner thighs. We're not going to really be using the ball too much, but I want you to activate your legs, squeeze your toes towards you, squeeze your kneecaps towards you, sit really tall. Your hands are going to go onto that bar, so if you need to wiggle yourself forward a little bit, you can. Take a big inhale here, and then tuck your chin slightly to the chest, roll your body down, 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 pushing and kind of curling in, like someone's giving you a big bear hug from behind, and then stack yourself right back up. Good. Rolling yourself down, one vertebrae at a time, rounding your back. It's a big scooped C curve, and then going right back out to a straight spine. So my chin is coming gently down. I'm rolling myself back like someone's giving me a big bear hug from my back, and then I'm going all the way back up. Another visual is if you're taking your low back and pushing it into the wall behind you, and then back up. This last time I want you to stay in that round C curve. Now you have the split pedal. You're going to do little alternating presses, right and left. If you don't have the split pedal, both arms are going down. Keep those legs nice and active. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Keep your left hand on the pedal. Reach your right arm out to the side. Twist, 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 and bring it back. Take your right hand to the pedal. Reach your left arm out. Think of your spine twist on the mat, and then back in. As I rotate to the right, I'm pushing my pedal to the left in opposition for a big stretch, and then coming back, taking my right hand, pushing it into the pedal to the right and rotating left and back. Notice what's happening in your hips. Hopefully what is happening in your hips are staying very square and still. There's no movement there. The movement is coming from your torso. Good, you might get a few pops. I just got a really good one. One more to this side, and then we're going to start to add a little bit of the Swan variation, or excuse me, the Sol variation. So we're going back. This time when you come forward, you're going to round over like you're touching your toe. Come back, and one more time reach, and then we'll switch. So right hand to the pedal. Your left arm goes long, and then you dive through, reaching to the opposite toe. Reach it back, pushing the arms in opposition. Go back to the original side. So you start with a twist. You dive forward, your right finger to the left pinky toe. You go back into the twist, and then to the center. 3 more times. You twist, sit really tall. Then you dive over, opposite arm to opposite baby toe. Go right back out, feel that twist, and back to the center. 2 more. It's not about the quantity of the motion, it's the quality. So we're not doing very many. You go into your dive, back into your twist, back to the center. This will be your last one. You're going over, into your dive, back into your twist, and into the center. Nice job. Okay, from here we're going to come to a plank position, and the ball can just go to the side for this one. We don't need the ball for this. We're still going to be working with that split pedal. I want you to take your pedal. We're still on a 2-2, so relatively light positioning for the springs. Take your pedal down to the floor. We're going to start by taking the right leg out and then the left leg out and finding a plank position. Now my mat's not long enough, but that's okay because I'm right here on this nice sturdy floor. So finding this plank position, if you do not have the dual pedal, your arm was going to lift up with no pedal. So my right hand's going to lift up, the pedal's going to come with me because I have the dual pedal, and then I'm going to switch. Now if you don't have the dual pedal, you're just lifting your hand off of the pedal, and the pedal will obviously not be lifting with you because the other hand will be on the pedal. So dual pedal, you've got one arm lifting up and down, and the pedal's moving with you. Single pedal, you're just moving the arm up and down off of the pedal. Good. Let's go 4 more. Now I am shifting a little side to side, but I'm trying to minimize that as much as I can, and I'm trying to keep everything square to my mat. This will be your last one. Release. Now lift your hips all the way back. You might need to walk your feet in a smidge and press into a down dog position. Think about pushing down through your heels, pushing away from that pedal. You may need to have a big bend in your knees here. That's all based on your hamstring flexibility. So if your hamstrings are tight and your back is rounded, what I'd recommend you do is bend your knees deeply till you can get to a place where your back is flat. You want a nice neutral spine, not a rounded back. And what tends to happen is if your hamstrings are tight, your back's gonna round. So bend your knees and get that back nice and long. From here, we're gonna round ourselves forward, second round of planks. I need to walk my feet back a little. You want your shoulders and your wrist in alignment here. This time I'm gonna lift my right arm up and then lift my left leg up, bring them both down. My left arm is going to come up, my right leg will come up, and I bring them both down. Now, if these are too challenging, the modification is to go to your knees so that as one leg lifts, the other arm lifts, and you come back to table. So this will be a great modification if you're just starting to work on your planks and the plank is too challenging. Otherwise, you're in your plank position and you're alternating one arm and one leg. And you're trying to do it as simultaneously as you can. It is a little bit of a challenge with this pedal, and that's the challenge of the chair, is the control. You're controlling the springs, not letting the springs control you. One more right and one more left. Good work. Now push it back. Again, bend the knees as much as you need to get that spine long. So I'd rather you be in a bent knee position with a nice flat back than a rounded back with straight legs. You've got to get the weight off of your hands and back into your hips. Good, we've got one more variation to go. All right, this one I will start from the tabletop to show you the easier variations. So I'm from tabletop. When my left arm lifts, I send my left leg out and I'm gonna go towards the side plank, and then I'll come right back down to table. When my right arm lifts, my right leg extends long, I go to the side plank and right back down to table. Do that one more time on the knees, so you're rotating and reaching the left arm to the ceiling and then bringing it back down. And then you're rotating, the right leg goes out, the right pedal comes up, the right arm comes up, and then you rotate down. Now let's do that from the full plank if you want more challenge. So from full plank, you lift the left arm. If you're working with a single pedal, the pedal's still down. The arm goes up to the ceiling. You push the pedal down if you've got the dual pedal. You turn the toes to the opposite side, reach the right arm up, turn it back to the floor and down. So we're just alternating our side plank, one arm up, and then the other arm up. Nice work. One more each side, big open twist. And then last one this side. And we'll end in our down dog like we did with the others. So press your hips back. You might want to walk your feet in. Again, don't be afraid to bend those knees nice and deep. Eventually, if you get the stretch in your back of your legs, you're going to be able to straighten the legs. But do not sacrifice your spine for your hamstrings. Keep your spine long, hamstrings bent. Walk yourself all the way in, feet hips distance apart. I want you to roll that pedal very gently all the way up and back to where you started and stack yourself up. Okay, moving into the single pedal mode. I'm going to switch my pedal. I am also going to be working with my legs more now. So what I want you to do is go to a heavier weight. For me, I'm going to choose a 3-3. For my springs, 4-4 is the heaviest. So 3-3 is still heavy, but not the heaviest that my chair can go. So I'm going to start right in the center with my right foot on the pedal. I'm going to be holding that ball in front of me, standing nice and tall. I just want you to take that leg and pull the pedal down and bring the pedal back up. You can put a little constant pressure onto this ball to help you engage a little bit through those lats. So if you can squeeze the ball, you'll connect to the back of the body. Good. Now control again is the name of the game with the chair. So 2 more, then we're going to add a little element to this one. And 1 more. Good. Now I want you to push 1 time for our next pattern. Then you'll come off, bring the chair to rest, take your right foot back, and do a lunge. You're going to do that again. Push the pedal down 1 time, bring it back up. Step back, dip your right knee towards the mat, and push off through the left foot. You're going all the way down with the pedal, and then pushing back into the lunge. Good. And this whole time, the ball's actually helping me. It's giving me some balance, it's giving me some stability, because it's helping me to really draw into the midline. Good. 2 more here. 1 more single, single, and then we're going to add a little flavor to this with some balance work. So next time you're at the pedal, go halfway down and hold. Rotate your torso right, rotate it left. Good. A little bit easier is to rotate your torso, but maybe not your gaze. If you change your gaze, it changes everything. So we're just rotating right and rotating in left, and you're holding that pedal still, right? Rotate right and rotate left back to the center. Now pulse the pedal down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the pedal up, step your right foot back, hold it in that hover, rotate right, rotate left. Good. Same little pattern we did on the pedal, but now we're down in this lunge. Good. 1 more rotation each side. Hold in the center. Give me those pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Step on the pedal with the right foot. Step on the pedal with the left foot. Now the ball, I like to pop between my inner thighs and just to give it a little bit of a squeeze. Before we do the other side, I know we will hit that, let's do a little bit of, I like to call them scoopies, little ab scoops. My hands are going to go on the opposite side of my chair on the corners. I'm going to lift my heels, squeeze that ball, and come to a little V, heels together, toes apart. Shift your weight forward slightly, drop your chin gently to the chest. Start to pull that bar up, 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 up. Try to get it to lock, and bring it down, 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 but do not touch the floor. Now I will say a 3-3 is a little bit of a challenge. For this exercise, the more spring weight you have, the easier it is going to be. So when you add less spring weight, you have less support. If you're wanting more challenge, go lighter. If you're wanting less challenge, go heavier. 2 more here. And 1 more here. Good. Let's push the heels down to the floor, put the hands on the chair side opposite of your body, and push back into a little rest position. Don't worry, there's more of those to come. We're just going to take a break from that and go back to our legs. So we're kind of giving our wrist a little break in between. Okay, this time you're going to have your left foot on the pedal. And when you're standing, you want to be far enough back. You have about a 90-degree bend. Let's go ahead and hold onto that ball, and we'll start pushing the pedal down and back up. Now you will notice, hopefully not too much, that my left leg is my weaker leg. So I'm going to have a harder time with this leg. And you may find that same thing in your body. One side might be stronger than the other, and that's just how we're all made. So no big deal. We're going to continue to work on our weak side. That's why this unilateral work is so important, so we can strengthen each side individually. Good. One more of the pedal press downs, and then you're going to step that left leg back and just lunge back, and then come forward. You're going to press down and press back. Good. And press down and press back. Now, if you feel that pedal's kind of muscling you around, and every time it comes up, it bangs and you just can't control it, that may mean your weight is a little too high. So you need to adjust your weight. Not everybody needs to be on the same weight here. So it's kind of a thing that you need to work out to see what feels best for you. You want to be able to control the spring in both directions. Good. 2 more sets. Sit really tall, squeeze that ball, drop your elbows, lift your chest. Now, next time your foot is on the pedal, I want you to take it halfway down and hold it. Turn your torso left. Good. Turn it right. Nice work. Doing 4 rotations to each side. 2 more to go. Keep pushing that pedal down. You want to keep that leg about a 90-degree bend. 1 more here. And then hold in the center. Give me little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the heel lifted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set your left foot back, and we're going to come down and hold and rotate left and center. This one's a little bit more challenging to hold down for some of you, so if this does not feel good, stay a little upright and just do your twist. You do not have to be too low. Every time I look at you, I almost fall, so I'm going to try to stay focused. Hold it in the center. There I go. Little pulses. 8. Squeeze the ball. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come all the way up. Let's put our left foot on the pedal first. Follow it by the right. Pop that ball between your inner thighs. Okay, back to some scoops, a little bit of a diagonal position. Take your right hand to the corner away from you. Take your left hand to the corner towards you. Turn your toes to the left. I'm going to start with my feet stacked left in front of the right. Again, put a little weight in your arms. Pull your abdominals in. Here we go. You're going to lift up and back down. Now, since we have the ball here, if you want another variation, you're going to take your left foot off the pedal and just squeeze the ball. So my left foot is not touching anything now, but I'm squeezing into the ball to hug the midline. 3 to go. And 2. Last one, and done. Turn back to the front. Take a little wrist stretch, pushing the weight back into the hips, back into the heels, dropping that pedal down. Hopefully the ball gave you a little bit of support there. Let's see how we fare on the other side. Let's see if it's any easier. This time your left hand's far away from you, the far corner. Right hand's close to you at the close corner. Turn your toes to the right. Right foot stacked in front of the left. Pull those abdominals in. Shift your weight over your shoulders, and we're going to lift up and back down. Now feel free to keep squeezing the ball and keep the right leg connected firmly to the pedal. Or take the right leg and hover it, squeeze the ball. Don't short yourself. I'm starting to speed up. I'm going to try to slow it down for 3. All the way up. 2. All the way up. 1. And done. Last little stretch and release here. Nice job. All right, from here, just a little bit more leg work, and then we're going to change positioning. Very carefully take the ball out and let the pedal come up. I'm still going to work from me on a 3-3. That is kind of a medium heavy. Go ahead and face your machine to the side so that your right leg is going to be on the pedal. I like my left foot kind of very about hips distance apart. It kind of lines up with the foot of my chair. Take your hands and hold that ball. When you push the pedal down, it's going a little to the left, so I'm going to push with my outer thigh a little bit and then come right back. So I'm pushing down and arcing more to the left, pushing down and to the left and back up. Now I have a little wall behind me. So I'm going to work into a little curtsy lunge. Mine might not look that great, just with my limited space, but we'll see how we go. Good. I want you to do that 2 more times, squeezing the ball slightly, drawing those elbows down. Good. Now take the foot that is on the pedal, send it back behind you and a little to the side, take a little curtsy, come right back to the pedal. You're pushing down 1 time now, doing a little curtsy, and then back up. Good. Now, a great proprioceptive activity is to try to find that pedal without looking towards it. Good. Really training your body to know where it is in space. Good. I might check it out here and there, make sure I'm getting it. Good work. Now, if this curtsy lunge is not working for you and you have the space behind you, you can just do a regular lunge to the back. 3 to go. Good work. And 2. 1 more. Nice job. Good work. Okay, from there, let's turn around. So you get my not so good view here. So I'm going to have my right foot lined up with my foot of the chair, my left foot on the pedal. Now from the back side, you can see that I'm really hugging in my elbows and working my back. So I'm going to push the pedal down and up. Remember, it's going down at a little arc. So I'm really connecting right here through my left glute and outer thigh. It may not be enough weight for you. Again, listen to your body. This should be doable, but not feeling like it's overwhelming. So if this is not too much, you may add weight if you feel that's appropriate for you. Three more, just dropping those elbows, squeezing the ball. And 2, we're going to get ready for our combination, starting with 1 push down with the left leg. And then the left leg will go back behind you, little curtsy lunge. Push off the floor and repeat. So it's kind of a little quick transition. Pushing up and down and up and back. Good. Nice. And I lost my ball a little, so I'm going to reconnect. It's okay to lose your balance. I'll lose my balance too. That's a good thing, is that we're building a strong, stable core so that when we are in life and we start to lose our balance a little bit, we can stop ourselves from falling and make a change and catch ourselves. Good. This will be your last one. Nice job. All right. From here, we get to use our box. Now, remember, if you do not have the box, you just want to elevate your feet. And let's, before we sit down, change our weight, because now we're going to be using our abs. Less weight is going to be harder. 3 and 3 is going to be too hard. So I want you to take it to a 2, 2. If you want less support, you may even take it down lower than that. I'm going to sit on my chair with my feet on the box. You just want to have something to push your feet into. We're going to be squeezing the ball between our knees. Remember, the lighter the pedal, it's not going to give you a lot of support, so don't push back too hard to begin with. I've got my hands on the pedal with my palms facing my body. Push the pedal back, and then pull the pedal back up. So I'm going back with the pedal, and then I'm squeezing my ribs to my hips to come back up. And stay nice and bright and lifted to my chest, and scooping through my lower abdominals. Now, if you push back too hard and you don't have a lot of weight, that could be a problem. So make sure you're controlling your situation here. 2 more. And last one. From here, the left arm's going to lift in line with your ear. You're going to look to the right, push the right arm down, squeeze the ball to come up. Now our feet firmly planted on this box is kind of a level 1. It's going to be a little easier. I'm going to show you how to make it more challenging in just a moment. If you want to go for it already, you can, but I'm going to keep my feet down to work on my form before I add more instability. Let's come up and change. Left hand to the pedal. Right arm up. Look to the left hand, and we'll go down and squeeze. Don't forget that ball. Squeeze it as you come up. Dropping your shoulders away from your ears, trying to really connect to that side waistline. One more. All right, round two. We're going to take the ball out from where it is, put it behind the right leg, and we're going to take the left arm to the ceiling, look to the right. So you've got one leg lifted, going into our side. Two more. We'll only do 6 of these since we're going to be doing a third set as well. And then come up and switch. Put the ball under your left hamstring. Left hand to the pedal, right arm to the ceiling 6 times, going up and back down. Two more. Last one. Now the third and final, let's take the ball between the knees. You're going to take the right hand to the pedal, lift your legs to table. If this does not work for you, you've got level 1 and 2 to work with. Left hand by your ear, look to the right, push down. Think of the left hand pulling you up to the ceiling, squeezing that ball. Nice big teaser position here. 2 more. Last one. And we will switch. Take the left hand to the pedal, right arm by the ear. You're going to lift your legs to the tabletop, pushing down 6 and lift up. Go down, squeeze the ball and lift. Good work. I told you that lighter weight is harder. Add if you need. Good. Last one here. And release forward. Now we did not do a more advanced option in the center. So let's do that right now. I've got the ball between my knees. I'm going to bring my bottom a little forward, take my legs into table, going back. Be very careful. Make sure that you're not sitting at that very lip of the chair that you would roll off. You want to be able to roll back off the sitting bones and have some room to work. Three, 2, 1 more, and release down. Very good job. Okay, still not done with this positioning. We're going to have the ball in the right hand and your left hand facing down to the pedal. You're going to be in a sideline position. When you lay over the pedal, you want to have your wrist and shoulder in alignment. Your top leg is going to be back. Your bottom leg will be forward. You're in a scissor position. I have the ball on my top leg, which should be my right leg. I'm going to squeeze the ball and lift the pedal and release back down. Squeeze into the ball and lift the pedal and release back down. Believe it or not, this is the easier variation of the 2 I'm going to show. Now, having said that, things are easier based on your body, so the next one may be easier for you. 2 more. And last one. Now, easier in that you have a bigger base of support. I had my legs in a scissor, so it was a little bit less challenging. Now I'm going to pop that ball between my ankles and try to stack my legs. Here we go. This is going to be a little more challenging. If you need to hold on, you can. I'm going to take my hand right above my thigh. I'm going to go down and do a little right rib to hip action and then right back down. So I'm squeezing that ball. I'm balancing on my left hip. See, like I said, for this may not feel good for everyone, and you've got the first variation if that feels better for you. Two more to go, up and down. And last one. Good. Now before we do the other side, let's turn onto our belly and do a little bit of our swan dive variations. So I want you to come onto your belly. When your down with the pedal, you want to have your shoulders in line with the wrists. So I'm going to kind of find that position, and now I'm going to pop that ball right between my ankles and squeeze the ball. So I'm going to scoot forward just a smidge. I've got my shoulders right in line with my wrist. I'm going to lift my chest up, up, up. I'm squeezing that ball, and then lower my chest right back down. So I'm doing a little back extension, lifting up, and then lowering right back down. Little back extension, lifting up, and lowering down. Keep hold of that ball. 2 more here. And last one. Hold this last one up. You're going to either hold here is option 1. Option 2, the right arm goes over your head, holding. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Left arm goes over the head, holding. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 1 more to each side. Right arm goes up and over the head. Squeeze that ball. Lift your chest and bring it down. Left arm goes up and over the head. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Push the pedal down 1 more time. Lift the sternum 1 more time into your extension. And then release. Slide yourself back. If you have the box there, you come back to the knees. You push into a little rest position and drop into a little kind of child's pose position. Just to give our back a little rest, we have a second variation that we're going to do in this same position for our glutes and our hamstrings. For this positioning, you want to be way back. So I'm going to put my hip bones right at the closest part of the chair to me, and I'm going to lay on my stomach. Now the pedal's not really going to be involved in this, other than the fact that I might just rest my hands on the pedal for something to push into. From here, I'm going to take my legs and lift them up, giving that ball a big squeeze. Bend your knees, and then from here, flex your feet. I want you to make a little footprint, squeezing your legs up and dropping your knees towards the box. Making a footprint up to the ceiling, lowering the knees towards the box. Now I'm pushing into my pedal. I'm lifting my sternum forward. I'm rolling my shoulders back. I've got a lot of length in the back of my neck. This is all about my low back, which everyone has a different degree of flexibility. Don't overdo it. Just little presses, doesn't need to be big. Hold your next one at the top and give me pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your legs, lift them up, send them long, bend them in, lower them down. Lift them up, send them long, bring them in, lower them down. 4 more, up, out, in, and down. 3 more, up, on the out. Try to lift, in, and down. So you go up, you stay up, you bend. 1 more, go up, stay up, bend, release. Come back to the box and take your little rest position. Woo, that was a lot of work. At least for me it was. Hopefully you felt that as well. All right, we cannot go on without our second side. Let's do that now. So I'm going to put the ball in my left hand. I'm going to lay on my right side this time. When I push the pedal all the way down, my shoulder and wrist should be in alignment. I've got my top leg forward and my bottom leg forward, my top leg back, and I'm lengthening from the crown of the head all the way through those legs. I'm going to lift up, roll the ball up my left leg, push down, let the ball roll back down. Lifting up. Remember, we did 2 sets. On the other side, we did our scissors first. Good. Not a big motion, just a left rib to hip. Keep those legs light, strong and long. And 1. Now you can repeat that, or you can come up and put the ball between your ankles. A little bit more of a challenge because you've decreased your base of support. Now we're balancing just on that hip. Left hand's going to reach towards the toes and then back. And I'm kind of squeezing the ball the whole time. You could flex your feet, point your feet, really whatever helps you keep activity in your legs is fine with me. Nice job, everyone. Good, we're gonna go for 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more. Good, let's come up and take a little stretch. Your left foot is going to be kind of over the box, or it can be on the box with your knee, whatever feels comfortable and based on your height. You're gonna set the ball to the side. Your right hand is on the pedal, left arm to the ceiling. We're just gonna go into a little mermaid release towards the pedal. So you can see if it feels good with your left knee bent or with your left leg straight. Whatever helps you get a better stretch over to the side, and then come back up. We're gonna do that 2 more times, pushing the pedal down and reaching all the way from the left fingertips to that left knee or foot. It feels really good after that exercise. And 1 more time here. So you're pushing that pedal away, reaching through the fingers, reaching that knee in opposition. And then come back up. Let's turn around and just do the other side. So in that little mermaid position, now my left hand is on the pedal, my right arm's up to the ceiling. I'm gonna lean as I push the pedal down. Again, your right leg is your choice, bent or straight. Just try to breathe into that right side, really open up through that right rib cage and come right back up. 2 more, just the same. Big exhale as you push over, pressing that pedal away and back up. And 1 more, pressing over, pushing that pedal away and back up. All right, we've made it to our very last segment of the class. You will need your ball with you. I am going to stay on my 2-2 for my spring weight, so I'm not going to change that. I'm still at my dual pedal. I'm going to turn around and face away from my chair. Now the reason you're going to need the ball is to sit on it. So I'm going to lift my hips up and I'm going to sit on that ball. The ball is going to elevate me. If you do not feel comfortable sitting on the ball, you can get a little block or prop to pop your hips up, but we want to be up and elevated off the floor. Take your hands behind you. Now you also need to make sure to good positioning here for a tricep press. So I'm a little too close. I'm going to move my body a little farther away. My palms are facing away from me. My legs are crisscross applesauce. I'm going to take those elbows and draw them back, lift my sternum. Based on your flexibility, you might have your fingers facing in different directions. I've got my fingers facing down and my palms away. I'm going to push that bar away and try to lengthen my head away from my spine to the ceiling, and then I'll bend my elbows deep. Big push and press. Try to lift up and off of that ball and bend it back. Big push and press and bend it back. For this exercise, the more weight you have, the more challenge. But you don't want to have so much weight that you can't balance on this ball and you feel unstable. So it may not feel like a ton, but just wait. It always ends up being enough, right? Three more to go. Here's 3 and 2. I want you to take 1 more full range of motion and then hold it halfway. Holding here, give me little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go all the way down, halfway up and hold. Now the tricky part. Left arm's going to stay on. Right arm goes out to a T and you hold. If that is too much, keep the hand down and try to just unweight the right arm, but keep it there for help. And then switch. Right arm stays back. Left arm goes out to a T. We're just holding an isometric, holding that bar nice and still. Back to the first side, left arm pushes halfway down. If you need it easier, you might push farther down, but we're trying to hold that pedal still and switch as we switch from side to side. Do a little isometric, which isometric means you're not moving, but your muscle is working. It's a constant resistance that it's holding. Good. And then both hands down. Give me little pulses to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go all the way up and reach the arms up and over the head. Take the right arm and grab onto it with the left hand. You're grabbing the left hand is grabbing the right elbow, and we'll do a little tricep press behind your head for a stretch. Into the second side, your right hand will grab your left elbow, and you're going to pull that arm down your back for a tricep stretch on this side. Good work. All right, we are done with the ball. You can set the ball off to the side. Just a little bit of stretching to finish. You're going to have your left be on the kind of the left side, or actually your right side with your left hand on the pedal. Your right foot is going to go forward, your left foot's going to go back, and you're in a scissor lunge position. So this hand is just here for support. I'm drawing my right hip back and my left hip forward to square my hips. I'm going to reach my right arm forward and just start to bend down into a hamstring stretch. You might come down towards the floor. The key is that you're not rounding your back now. Your spine is long, so the right hand can also be on the hip. We're just taking a little hamstring release. In yoga, this would be called pyramid pose. You've got your hips stacked, one beside each other. You're just dropping your chest down. Then you're going to come up, bend your front leg, slide your back leg back, and send your knee to the floor. So a little lunge stretch. We did a lot of hip flexor work on those teasers, so we definitely want to make sure that we give that area some love. Good. And then we're going to go back to the first, where you've got your pyramid position, where you're going with a straight leg. If you need your mat underneath you, can definitely move your mat to the side. And then you're dropping your knee, and you're coming into your hip flexor stretch. We're just using that pedal for support at this point. Do one more time into your pyramid position. Again, you don't have to be super low. The only difference between someone who's super flexible and someone who's not, a flexible person has to go lower to feel it. So if you do not have to go lower and you feel it, there's no need to go lower. And then into the hip flexor stretch. So you could even just focus inside on how it feels. Don't worry about how it looks. Let's do one more time. Pyramid pose. Nice long length through the back. Dropping that right hip back, pulling that left hip forward. And into your lunge. Opening through the chest, opening through the heart, opening through that left hip flexor. And then you'll lift the back knee, step forward, and come over to the other side. All right. So left foot is on the outside of the chair, right hand is on the pedal. I've got my right foot back. I'm in a scissor position where I'm dropping that left hip. I'm trying to slide it back. I'm trying to slide my right hip forward. I'm going to drop my chest down as low as I need. Maybe the left hand goes to the floor, to the shin, to the hip, wherever it feels most appropriate for you. And then you'll take your right knee and bend it towards the floor, turn your toes under, and lift up into a hip flexor stretch. Make sure you're still active and pulling in through the abdominals and dropping your tail down so you're not just dumping. You want to still be active and strong through your stretch. Turn your back toes underneath you, straighten both legs back into the pyramid pose. And then back into your hip flexor stretch. We'll do that 2 more rounds through, straightening the back leg into that nice release of your hamstring. And then forward into that hip flexor release. One more set through into your hamstring. Breathing into the back of your left leg. And one final hip flexor stretch. And then we'll step forward, step to the very center of your chair. We're going to do a little bit of pushing down. Make sure your feet are hips distance apart. You're standing up nice and tall. Big inhale to circle the arms up and over the head. Big exhale to dive yourself over. Grab that pedal. Remember, we're still at a 2-2, nice lightweight. You're going to push that pedal down, pull your abdominals in, and push your low back to the ceiling. Big, big scooped position. And then you'll stack your spine up one vertebrae at a time. Reach the arms up and over the head. Big breath in. Do that 2 more times. Dive yourself over, hands to the pedal. Draw the pedal down as you pull your ribs in, pull your abs in, pull the kidneys, the back of your body, right in that low spine. Push it up to the ceiling, and then roll yourself up. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Big inhale, big breath. And then one more time, dive forward, rolling yourself down. Let's hang out here a few breaths, just feeling this release. Take the big inhales, big exhales. Just let gravity give your neck a little release, your head, your neck, your shoulders, everything relaxed. When you're ready, root down through your feet. Slowly bring the pedal up as you roll yourself up, up, up. Arms over the head. Make your body as long as you possibly can. And then exhale the arms to the sides. And you are done.